Hello! Welcome to Pack Your Bags, Not Your Baggage, the podcast for women who view travel as part of their self-care routine. It's right up there with skincare and a positive daily routine. My name is Jennifer Neal, and together with my two co-hosts, Mallory Camp and Kim Nunez, we empower women to book that getaway by making trips easy to plan. We are all independent contractors with the same travel agency, but we live in different states and have different specialties. In this first episode, each of us is going to tell you who we are and what we specialize in, why we became travel agents, and a quick life update. So, Mallory, kick us off.
Okay, so hi, my name is Mallory Camp, and I am from Connecticut, and I have been a travel agent since 2023. So while I was out on baby leave with my daughter, I was like, you know what? Let me do something different. Let me just work on a new career path that I wanted to do for a long time. So I figured it was the perfect time to do that. I
Awesome.
started out with Disney. I always planned my own Disney trips, even like when I was younger, and I helped other people start planning their own trips. So I was like, you know what? Might as well get paid for it. So just I enjoyed it, and it ended up turning into I don't want to do just Disney because I want other types of trips that I can offer my clients throughout their whole family cycle, their life cycle. From everything from the young children when they go to Disney for the first time to their first cruise, to when the kids turn into teenagers and they go to Europe for the first time, all the way up to retirement when the kids are out of the house, empty nesters, so they can go off on their own, maybe plus it up with like a river cruise or something like that.
I love that. The whole life cycle of someone's vacation. All right, Kim, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm Kim Nunez, and I grew up in a small little town in Mississippi, close to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, Kira, Mississippi. I now am in Madisonville, Louisiana, which is the North Shore of Lake Pontchartrain. I like to describe it as the suburbs of New Orleans. My first full-time job is travel agent. My second full-time job, I'm actually an instructor of sport management at Southeastern Louisiana University, and I'm a single mom with a very, very busy 9-year-old who is very active in sports. I started working in travel because I loved going to Disney. It just brought happiness to me. And I can tell you the one trip. Okay. I live on the Gulf Coast, so we have hurricanes all the time. And we had Hurricane Ida, and I'm sitting at my desk. At this time, I'm teaching math at the high school. And I was like, I think I'm going to evaluate to Disney. And then within 5 minutes, I have a Disney trip booked, and the next morning I'm in Disney. So this whole thing happens, and I'm like, I want to do this. Like, this is what I want to do for a living. So fast forward 6 years, and here I am. Got into it doing Disney, but I really love cruising. I really love all inclusives. And I'm similar to Mallory, as in, like, I want to stay with you your entire lifespan, as my life is changing just as you are, my clients are. So I like to be with you every step of the way, all the entire journey.
I love that. Now, your specialty has kind of evolved. So, what are the things that you find yourself booking a lot?
Yes, my specialty is not so much a location, I would say. It's more of the types, it's groups, but I am trending a lot within multi-gen groups to Disney, group cruising, group all-inclusives. I did do a custom fit last summer with 12 ladies I took over to the UK and Ireland. This summer, I've done a big group Alaskan cruise on Celebrity, my favorite. And then I have a few bachelor trips, bachelorette groups. I have a business group traveling next year. So I'm really getting into that business group side of things. If you have a group, actually the other day, somebody asked for a travel agent who could plan groups, and like 5 people recommended me on Facebook. And I thought, thank you. Like, it's happening. The niche is there.
Right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
And Mallory, where are your bookings trending?
So a lot of Same thing with Kim, a lot of multi-gen groups. I love working with the grandmothers who want to treat their family to a magical trip. I just had a grandmother come back with a family of 13 from Punta Cana.
Oh,
Yeah, no, they had the best time, and it was just so rewarding to see this, like, the woman, like, just you could see it in her eyes and her face, how excited she was to, like, plan this for everything. But, I like to work with I like to work with either moms or grandmothers who they usually reach out to me either through word of mouth, social media, they find I do get a lot of recommendations just like that. But I love working with those multi-gen trips and just those busy moms and grandmothers that just they don't even know where to start or they don't have enough time to start
right.
planning.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, absolutely. So I, just like Kim and Mallory, I have my own book of business called Jet Setting Jenny Travel Company, and I specialize in European cruises, so river cruises and the Mediterranean. I started in 2020. At the time, I was working full time in the fitness industry, and when everything shut down, I thought that would be a great time to start booking travel. So, but after 20 years, I know, right? Makes sense. But
Perfect
after
timing.
20 years in the fitness industry, I learned a lot about the importance of taking care of yourself physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And that was kind of has always been at the forefront of my mission when I'm working with my clients. So, like Mallory and Kim, I started out booking Disney. We were going a lot. I found out that me helping people, I could get paid for helping people. So I loved that. And as I was helping people, I was making sure they knew, for example, where the baby care centers are at all of the
Very
parks
smart.
because they're air conditioned, they have diapers, they have a place for toddlers to sit. So everybody can relax and cool off. So that was how I got started. And then my business has evolved just like Kim and Mallory's. So I do a lot of European adventures. It can be for families. I get quite a few calls of my child is graduating from high school or college. I get, the honeymoon couples as well who also want to go to Europe. So that's kind of where my jam is these days. So, Kim, what is going on in your life? You just got back from a big trip, didn't you?
Yes, I actually just came back from Punta Cana as well. Myself and another agent in our host agency went down to Punta Cana and we cited quite a few resorts and it had the best time. I have three groups right now traveling early 2027 going to Punta Cana. So I just needed to be there. I needed to get it. I needed to see the resorts. I needed to make contacts because my goal having these groups is to make this seamless. So easy, everything taken care of. So we spent 3 days, 3 out of 5, tour actually 4 out of 5, doing site inspections. It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it hard
That's
to keep
awesome.
everything straight, like all the details and
Yes. So it's so funny. So we started albums on our phone. Like as soon as we would leave a resort, we would add them to
smart?
that album because you're like, okay, wait, where does one end and the other one start? And it's like, okay, but at this spa you can get hydrotherapy all day, but at that spa it's only 1 hour. So it's the little things like that. It's like, okay, let me jot this down.
Yeah.
That's too fun.
Yeah. It can be overwhelming, but I'm sure it was just so beneficial.
It, I love that because like it is stressful trying to figure out which resort in like which destination, which resort, like everything is a little bit different, but they all like
Hmm.
blend in. So having that like firsthand experience is huge.
Yeah.
Huge, huge. Yes. That's
So
what I
what's
like to
going on
say.
with you,
Like
Mallory?
I,
Oh, sorry, Kim.
Uh,
you're good.
so I was just finishing packing today. I'm going on a big trip to Portugal. Tomorrow,
Woohoo!
actually, we'll be leaving. When this airs, we're going to be in Portugal most likely. And this will be my first time in Europe. This will be my first time on a river cruise. And this will be me celebrating my birthday. So it's kind of a whole thing at once. And I'm going by myself. My husband and my daughter are staying home. So it's a me trip also. So I'm excited. I have no idea what to expect. So I'm just rolling with the punches and packing everything I can.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, we're going to be going together.
Yes.
So,
Oh, I forgot. Yes, Jen will be there as well.
yeah.
I know I'm having FOMO.
Yeah. Well, you
Next
have
time.
your
Next
fun
time
trip
we'll
to
plan something.
Disneyland.
Yes, I know. I'm acting like, my life is so awful. I'll be heading to Disneyland when they're headed to Portugal. So, we'll both be getting some fun activities in this week. All of us.
Yeah,
Yes.
that'll be cool. So, yeah,
Exciting.
Mallory and I are both going on a river cruise with Ama Waterways on the Douro River in Portugal. And Mallory is going solo and staying with another travel agent. My husband is coming with me, and I also booked 12 clients to sail with us along the Douro. So this is going to be a working trip for me, for sure. So Mallory and I are going to work on the podcast while we're on the ship, and then getting lots and lots of video and pictures and recordings of our clients while we're sailing. So there's going to be
Yeah.
a lot of documentation. Hopefully it'll all be, good stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll find
No,
out how good I
I'm
am.
excited to see all the things.
I'm so excited. Like I cannot wait to bring it back to you guys and share with you like a firsthand experience on first time going to Europe, first time on a river cruise. Like I know a lot of my clients, they have never been out of the US before. So it's fun to like actually be able to show you like firsthand experience on like leaving and doing something brand new in a new destination.
Yeah. You got your power converter and your adapters?
Yeah, well, I forgot about the power converters. I ordered them last night. Thank you for Amazon because they were here at 9 a.m.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
was
have
like, oh my
clients
gosh.
that do that all the time. They're like, yeah, I have the little adapter, but I'm like, no, it's a different voltage. We need the converter too.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. I was like running through my list, like the same things that I tell my clients I
Right?
did. It was too funny.
But okay, so last summer when I went, I was able to get like the converter and the adapter in the same piece.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you can do that. Yeah. So I did
Yeah.
that. Now you're sparking. I'm like, maybe I should call my client and make sure that they have
Sure, they have the
those.
right one.
Just double
I
check. Yeah, that's good. I have one client going on the Doro with Jen and Mal, and so I'm like, okay, what haven't I talked to her about?
Right?
Yes.
I know. Fortunately, they get all those documents from AMA also. So it's like
Yes.
you get it in two places. So that's always nice.
Yeah. And you know
So,
what's also nice is like I do also I planned a trip to Ireland on a guided tour this springtime. They actually
uh-huh.
gave my clients in the group all converters and adapters.
Oh,
I thought
wow.
it was such like
Wow.
yeah, as their welcome gift. I was like, wow, this is why you work with like trusted companies like that because they do this.
Absolutely.
They think of those types of things. So we don't have to, or if we do forget or somebody does forget, like it's there.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure the cruise line would have something too if we had
Yeah.
clients that forgot. So, all right. So now you know what's behind the show. 3 travel agents, 3 specialties, and 1 belief that your trip should not be the thing you have to earn. So now let's get into why we started this podcast and what you can expect from us every week. At the beginning of July, we hopped on a short Zoom call to talk about some things we recently learned about using AI in our business. Of course, we got to chatting about our lives, and a common thread was the challenge of being small business owners and moms and wives and all the other roles and responsibilities all women take on. Most of the time, it's the woman that plans all the details of the family vacation. And we don't want them to be so stressed out about a vacation that they can't relax during the getaway. So, Mallory, what are your thoughts about the stress of planning a trip?
There's so many that I see with women who reach out to me, and it's true. I would say majority of the the lead planners of my groups and my trips are the moms or the grandmothers, and I think one of the biggest ones I see is they want to please everybody. They want to make sure everybody's happy, and it's stressful. Like I know being a mom as well. Like I just went to Disney and on a cruise this past January for it was a multi-gen trip with like my granddaughter or my daughter, my husband's family, and I was stressing out, even though I do this all the time. Being in that moment, it's
Mhm.
scary. Like you really want to please everybody, and I feel like that's just like a natural thing.
Yeah. And when part of the equation is a 3-year-old, it's like,
Yes, the 3-year-old. A whole different beast right there. It's a whole different beast. Learned a lot this past year with the 3-year-old and traveling for sure.
yeah.
It was very rewarding, but it was definitely an added stressor to planning a trip, which now I have so much respect for when people are traveling with younger ones.
Yeah.
Right. I find it's
Yeah.
easier as the child gets older. My little girl is 9. So I'm like, I get so excited when I'm packing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have to bring that anymore. Like, I don't have to make sure we have snacks because,
Right.
when they're like in that 2 to 5 range, it's like they get upset, give them a snack, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
like, that helps like just keep the peace at the moment.
Hmm.
So yeah, super, I'm on the tail end of that and my kid is
Yeah.
almost packing by herself.
So close. She'll be there very soon. I mean, I
Yes.
found that like I've taken my daughter to Disney every single year since she was born. And the first year, I mean, she was just there. I mean, it was great. Like she just
Right.
took a nap in the stroller, all that. Even
Yep.
like when she was 2, like she was still like, didn't have her own like opinion on things yet. But 3, oh, my goodness, it's a whole different beast right there.
And just wait until they turn 5 and they start kindergarten, and then mom becomes the dumbest person on the planet. Like,
Right,
you don't know
right.
anything.
Can't
The
wait.
teacher and the PE coach, they know everything.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
Fact that when, we were all on that Zoom call and we were just talking about the different things and just learning from each other. And I just really liked like women being together, supporting each other. And that is a big thing for me as a single mom. I have my groups of girls local that I depend on because I don't live near my family. And so now having this group that in my travel life and my travel business, I love that. And I'm like, I just get my little heart just gets overjoyed when we're sitting here and we're talking. And for me, this is like talking shop. So like for us, this was just awesome. And I'm like, this is a no-brainer. Yes, we're gonna do this.
Right? Yeah.
100%, 100%. Oh, I mean, I know that like this is a service business and you're constantly talking with people and networking and just like being friendly, but like it can be a lonely job
Right.
because like you're just not with people all the time, but you are, and like who can relate to them, and like just that spark that we had when we were like, oh yeah, I could relate to you so much. It was just such like a breath of fresh air to finally have somebody who gets it.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, and like so many people are working from home now, and it's such a different ball game. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to having that siloed feeling, like you're just alone on your own little office planet. And so the times that we get to, even just our chats back and forth, our group chat talking about stuff, I'm hearing both your voices in my head while I'm chatting with you guys, and it's like,
Love
oh, I
it.
just got to talk to Kim and Mallory. That was nice.
No, I mean, it is. I'm right there with you. And it's so funny, like when you're reading it, I'm like reading it and I'm such like a Southern, I call myself a hick. I know I don't have that big of a accent, but I mean, I feel like it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Mallory. And she says it in her Connecticut accent. I love it.
Yes, my proper like
Yeah.
Connecticut, New England,
And I'm like,
Northeastern accent.
yes. And I like, that's how I read it in my head. Like our
Yeah.
messages. It's so funny.
Too funny. I never get told that I have an accent because like I'm so close to Boston, and Boston has like to us is like a huge accent, and it's like so weird to like hear like, oh, you have an accent. I'm like, I'm just from Connecticut. Like I'm stuck, like I'm sandwiched between like Boston and New York, and both of those are such like a known like, oh, that's a
Oh,
New
yeah.
Yorker, that's a Bostonian, like that's just how it is, and I'm just in this like little like island of Connecticut floating in between both of them.
So, Kim, what are some of your thoughts about the stresses of planning a vacation?
Well, if you're type A OCD, self-diagnosed like I am, um,
Mhm.
it's like all the little things, like making sure the transfer's there, flights, all the things. And I think when you get into those big groups, that can become overwhelming as to where, like me and my type A personality, I love it. like making all the puzzle pieces fit together for a end product that's absolutely amazing. And you walk away, it's like, man, like what a memory, you know? So like, I think just the whole planning with groups is getting it all together. It's all the stress for me. That's what when people come to me, I just had a big Disney multi-gen reach out and the mom's like, I can't do this. There's like 15 of us. And I'm like, I got you. I got
Mhm.
you.
Oh,
So it's the initial like getting started. You know, some people don't even know where to start. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. This is how we're going to get started. So it's the initial like getting it organized stresses a lot of people out.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Go
I
ahead,
also
Mallory.
feel like I just also feel like the internet these days with like
Yeah.
AI and social media and TikTok reels, and it's so overwhelming because there's so many things out there to do and see that people
Mhm.
are just like, oh my gosh, is this the right thing for me? Like, or should I do this and that? Like I get that all the time from like my clients, and I'm like, okay, well, use me as your filter. If you see something on social media, like please come to me. Like I will let you know, okay, that's not true, or like, yes, we can do this way, but like definitely in this day and age with like everything out there,
Yeah.
that's an added stress as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so true. Because to your point, I mean, nobody knows what's real and what's, fake, just like,
Mhm.
health and fitness. There's so much junk out there. And it's the same thing, especially with Disney. It's such a huge topic that people love to post about and act like they're experts. And,
Yeah.
and some people that are doing that have never even been. They're just crawling the web and throwing up something that was popular to try to build on somebody else's popularity.
Yep.
So it's
I
very
was
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually reading an article yesterday, the day before when I was in the airport coming home. You know, a lot of us travel agents are like, are we going to lose our jobs to AI? And it gave a completely different perspective saying, absolutely not, because now consumers are like, well, is that picture really AI? You know, so they're starting to second guess it. So the
Mhm.
firsthand knowledge, people are taking the value in that. They're seeing it now.
Right.
Okay, you've been there. I can see your pictures. You were in it, you know, all those things. And I was like, that's like, that's a really good perspective.
It's
Right.
true.
You're
So
like,
true.
it's a real picture because I would have airbrushed all that out. I would look
Right.
way better in that
See all
picture.
those little forehead wrinkles. And I'm not as skinny because I want to be
Right. Right. I would shed 20 pounds so fast.
so fast.
Right.
All right. So it made a lot of sense for us to do this podcast. We're all a different age with kids from preschool age to grown adults. We are experts at Disney, all types of cruising, all inclusive, small family, extended family, girls trips. Basically, whatever season of life you are in, one of us has planned that exact trip for someone. So whether you're listening because you're dragging your in-laws on a cruise next spring, or you're finally taking that girls trip you've been talking about for 3 years, this show is for you. Now that you know who we are, here's what you can expect from us going forward. Number one, we're publishing every single week and a new episode drops every Tuesday morning. We will swap who takes the lead each week. You'll get a real mix of voices and perspectives, not just one of us talking at you every time. Thirdly, each episode will feel familiar as we'll open with a personal anecdote like we did today and then get into a travel topic. Sometimes it'll be something we've been waiting to dig into, but sometimes it'll be a trend or a hot topic needing to be debunked. And lastly, we always close things with a segment we call Final Boarding Call, where we share a packing tip or a final nugget to help you start treating travel like it belongs in your life and not like something you earn. So, on that note, I'll go first with what I hope is a helpful piece of travel advice. Getaway guilt is real, and it will make your carry-on luggage heavier than the airlines allow. When you have the opportunity to get away without the kids, focus on the good that's going to come as a result of you returning re-energized to your life. So, Kim, what do you have for us for our final boarding call?
Mine is that travel is self care. You know, when I stay at home and I think, okay, Carly's out of the house today, I'm just going to rest. Well, I sit here and I'm like, well, I could do laundry. I could clean. I could do this. I could do that. And I don't ever truly get that rest and that self-care. So travel itself is the self-care. You know, getting away from the day-to-day madness that we live in every day. So take the trip. Travel is self-care.
I love that. All right, Mallory, bring us home.
Okay. Kind of tying everybody else, like all your other points in, but when the opportunity comes, take the trip. Take the trip. I mean, this trip to Portugal that I'm going on, it was just the perfect opportunity, and without even second guessing, I was like, let's do it. And especially just like what Kim said, like it's self-care. Like I would never have thought I'd be going to Portugal right now, tomorrow actually.
Yeah.
And I just when in doubt, take the opportunity and take that trip.
Yeah, and it is such a unique opportunity, this trip to Portugal. So when those fall in your lap, you just gotta jump
Do
on
it.
board.
It's a sign, just do it.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's a wrap on today's episode. If something we talked about got your travel brain buzzing, or if you just want to hang out with women who get it, come find us. We've got a Facebook group and we're on Instagram. Both are called Pack Your Bags, Not Your Baggage. The link is in the show notes. Jump in, say hi, DM us your questions if you want to talk to us one-on-one, or post to the group and let all three of us weigh in. That's also where we'll be dropping details on meetups and group trips as we start planning those. And you will want to be in the room for that. So until next time, go start packing. Bye, guys.